I wouldn't say energetic, but just real passionate.
Charismatic.
Electric.
Amazing.
Rock star. Complete rock star.
Hush, my baby, make no sound. Maybe we can make each other right. It's a cold war. Let's go to war. Hello, I am Elisa Latrice. I am a singer-songwriter from Chicago, Illinois, and yeah, I call my style of music rockabilly funk. I am a rocker at heart. I love everything that is done with love. I'm a spiritual being. I am a soul that is experiencing life through music and through love. I think I had that moment, that serious thought that music could be my life. This is what I was born to do when I was in college, and I auditioned for a cover band. It was based out of Indiana, but it was 4 lead singers. They all were female, and they were just telling me they had. The company had been together for at least 20 years, but they had toured the world singing songs that that I grew up on, and people were paying them to do that, and I just felt like, oh, okay, if I can get paid to do this, this is definitely what I am meant to do. I don't think I could see myself doing anything outside of the art of entertainment. It's always, even when I try to get away from it, it always comes back. I lasted with that group for maybe a year, and then I ended up auditioning for a group that was similar in Chicago, and I was with them for about 5 years. And that was a blast. I think that's when I really was able to hone my craft and learn exactly who I am on stage, reinventing songs that, you know, I would sing every weekend for 5 years, learning how to sing them differently, maybe learning to cater to the audience in a different way, bringing them in a different way. Yeah, that was really where I got to experiment with being on stage. I went solo about 2 years ago. Was it 2? Maybe 2.5? I left them. There was no growth. And I mean, that happens when you're in a cover band or a wedding band. You're singing other people's songs. So, you know, it was at a time where I just needed to find my voice and find out who I am. So I left the group, and that was when I thought, okay, well, if I'm going to do this, then I have to dive in deep and see if I can hold down the fort on my own. So I actually had a show. It was an open mic show at the Elbow Room upstairs, and I think there were maybe 10 plus artists on this lineup. So yeah, it was an open mic. It was so random. I was just on Facebook one night, and I found out about this, so I signed up. I was like, okay, well, I can put together a 10-minute show. And this is at the time where I had just got done doing Empire. And so I met this guitar player. His name is Larry Brown Jr. I met him, and I was like, okay, I want to get out there. I want to just see how it feels to do a show on my own.
My name is Larry Brown Jr. You can call me LBJ.
we want to collaborate with her is because I love great talent, I love great singers, I love great performers, and she is no exception to that. So, you know, it's just fun to be on stage with her, so that's why I'm here.
And so yeah, he hooked me up with, I think I had Brian on keys, and I had my cousin Theodore playing drums, and we just put together like a 15-20 minute set and rocked the house. I had all my people come out, and yeah, that's when I felt like, okay, if I can be a solo artist. I have the confidence now. I know that I can still make people feel something if it's just me. So yeah, that was when I went solo, I guess, about 2 years ago. And a lot has happened from that one show. That's when I met Scotty.
My name is Scott Nato. Me and Lisa have been writing songs together for about 2.5 years since we met at the Elbow Room.
He was actually in the lineup. He was the first guy to go on. And it was just him and his guitar. And he was playing blues music, and I love blues. So afterwards, we exchanged information. We literally had a jam session the next week, and the songs that we cranked out became the To the Moon EP. And last year was a big year for us. We got to do some daytime talk shows and play the House of Blues. And yeah, I think I've learned along this journey that, you know, stepping out on faith is a big thing. You got to trust your intuition. If you see something in your head or hear a voice that's telling you to do something, you need to do it. That's exactly what I did. That's what led to the Elbow Room. That's what led me to meeting Scotty and venturing out and experimenting with sounds and genres of music that people wouldn't necessarily think I would do. So yeah. I think I've always been blessed to be surrounded by people that believe in me and believe in my crafts and me as an artist. Larry has really been a rock for me, I think, because the first time I experienced anything Hollywood was that Empire episode that we did. And I think I was very fortunate to find someone that saw something in me just from us being extras on set. That led to him introducing me to Nola Ade and just a range of musicians in Chicago. And I think he really, even if I couldn't articulate what I wanted at the time in the sound, in the experience of you coming to an Elisa Latrice show, he's able to understand what I'm trying to convey. And so he brings in musicians that he knows I will connect with. And I've been so blessed to have those people surrounding me. It's so important because I'm driven by their craft, by their artistry, by their level of musicianship. And my show would not work, it would not function, it would not feel right if that camaraderie that we have on stage is not in sync. It has to be in sync. Otherwise, I think things would fall apart and I would be in my head on stage.
Free, set me free, set me free.
I met Elisa when she was performing at Underground Wonder Bar back in 2016.
She's awesome. Like I said, she's an amazing performer. She's an amazing person as well. So she's very prompt, did a good job of getting back to me. Very professional. Made sure she learned the song. Cause that's the thing. Cause a lot of times they don't always know it, but she made sure she knew it. She was prepared to do it. So it was an awesome experience. So I continue. We still work together. We still do stuff together here and there, just because of her. She's such an awesome person to work with.
That's, I think, being on stage is the one place where I'm able to just let go, and that's why so much magic happens, I think, because I can trust them, and I trust them to push me and take me to a level that I didn't think I could go to. So it's so important on and off stage to just be surrounded by people that believe in you and that push you, and I've been so blessed to have them in my life. So blessed. Even there's moments where, there's stuff going on in my personal life and I get a text from one of them, just a random text, and it's like, thank you, God. Like I feel like I'm at times surrounded by my angels. So
I'm Allison, keys player.
Tim, drums. We know Elisa from doing the soul sessions at Baseline. She came through and was one of the guest artists. She killed, and she was nice enough to bring us on board with her.
Everybody should come see Elisa Latrice live, because I don't know another performer in Chicago who brings as much energy and as much just raw talent to the table that Elisa does.
Because she's a Chicago must-see. She's a future of pop and soul and rock. She's got a great smile. She's very, to me, very reminiscent of kind of some performers of old, but with a new flair. And so, with Chicago, to be honest, we have so many great musicians and artists. But she's one of those, but also a talented performer. So that's why she's a must-see.
They can expect some different stuff they never heard before, like mixing genres together and a lot of energy.
I'll kind of have to piggyback on what he said. I was telling them a couple days ago how the songs were, like, for example, Tonight. I've never played or really heard anything like that, and it's cool. It's a different vibe, and I feel like we all vibe pretty good.
You know what? I think I pride myself in picking songs that people wouldn't expect me to sing, I guess, when they come to my show. Like I said, I love all kinds of music, but I love rock music, and these guys come from like jazz backgrounds, and I don't know, I feel like usually people sing like just, like a typical list of R&B music. It's not that when you come to my show. So rehearsals are always interesting. I always feel weird like emailing them the set list and then going to rehearsal and not knowing what to expect or what they'll say about these songs. So a lot of it's little moments that we have that's so it's always interesting, like, these guys, they listen to one song and they catch on, but I love seeing them like, oh God, let's do it again, oh man, let's do it again. I love that.
I better see her is on the bigger stages. I want to see Elisa on, like, in Madison Square Garden doing big stuff like that, getting these Grammys and these Billboard awards. That's why I better see her in Babbies. Like, that's what she needs to be.
I think for me, being known isn't as important as it is to be respected, and that's what I'm not chasing respect, but I think that's what I would want more than being a known artist. I want people to come to a show and it always feel like, where the hell did she come from? That's what I want. I want you to learn about Elisa Latrice and it feel like something you haven't experienced before, you know? I want to be one of those artists that just stands out in your mind, that can't leave that energy that you feel when you're at my show. I want it to stick with you for a couple days, weeks, you know? I just want you to feel that. I would want to be known as a light worker, you know? I always picture me performing at some arena, and you know, if you're spiritually in tune, you know who's on the Elisa Latrice team, because you see their spirit, you see their aura, you know, before you see this physical being, you see their aura. I want to be known for that, for being a light worker and just having a team of light. That's, I think, being known to me would be that.